Where there's smoke, there will be fire. Welcome to Lava Drama, where the drama is always ready to erupt. Hey guys, it's Ava here, and I'm back with another Lava Drama video. So, if you guys didn't know, Jake Paul is trending all over Twitter on August 5th because the FBI raided his house. Fellow Calabasas homeowner Jeffree Star, we all know Jeffree Star, he's so messy. He posted this tweet when the incident began. Why are the FBI in Calabasas right now? My mom said she saw 20 officers in a tank. And then he later posted, "My neighbors sure are interesting," after ABC7 posted an update saying that authorities seized multiple firearms from the Calabasas home of YouTube star Jake Paul. So in videos posted to TMZ, we could literally see FBI agents and a SWAT team like going to Jake Paul's Calabasas mansion. And something that was really interesting is that we also saw footage of the FBI also raiding the Las Vegas home of a longtime acquaintance of Jake Paul, Armani Izzati. And supposedly, this is in response to Jake Paul's involvement at the Scottsdale, Arizona mall during the protests and riots that happened following George Floyd.
Oh, they're moving in.
Wait. Oh shit! Oh shit! Wait, oh my god! Oh shit! Oh my god, it's getting crazy. Oh. Hey yo, give me a free cologne. No, that's not What? I look like Jake Photo. It does, right? No, that's Logan. Oh, Logan Paul? Yeah, Logan Paul. Huh? I swear to God. I swear to God. Yo, Logan. Yo, Logan. Wait. Yeah, go.
Honestly, shit's bro.
Oh shit.
Bunch of idiots, bro. Literally, I walked right here. I walked right up to there. These idiots tear gassed me. I ain't doing shit, bro. Look at them pointing guns at me right now. Look at. Bro, swear to God. No cat. That's tear gas, bro. They're you guys. Rest in peace, George Floyd. Y'all.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Wait, oh.
Now, if you're not keeping up, this is a little bit drastic for the FBI to be going to two different homes at the same time, like on the same day. That's a little bit weird. Another question that really should be raised about this entire situation is, why is it that the search warrants had to be executed basically around the same time and on the same day? So to me, the fact that they weren't executed on separate days or like, you know, a day within each other, or they were just kind of coordinated to happen at the same time, that says to me these are two completely different states. Calabasas is in California, Las Vegas is in Nevada. So this says to me that something bigger is going on here, and they definitely are linking the two, that graffiti home and that Team 10 house. There's something going on there that they're trying to build a case against, and they're trying to get evidence to link it. And so a couple days after this whole Jake Paul mansion was raided by law enforcement thing happened, There was a whole bunch of speculation and whispers on Twitter that it's actually not about the Scottsdale incident and not just about the guns that were removed from the property. And I'll actually insert the video of the several guns that were removed from the property. So there were whispers all over Twitter that the FBI raid is actually more than what meets the eye. This person posted to Twitter and said, "The FBI raided Jake Paul's home. This is more than just looting like the media says. The FBI don't want to release the reason as to why they entered his home, and there's a reason for it. This is a rumor, so take it with a grain of salt, but it is a possibility. Hashtag Jake Paul is over party." But this tweet also had attached to it this Facebook post of a mom. It was actually a Facebook post that was made in 2019, but basically, I'll insert the Facebook post, but a mom posts and says, "A big warning to those with teenage daughters. My daughter was at a party in Calabasas last night for YouTuber Jake Paul. The house was a mansion filled with young people. She ended up in the hospital with 8 other girls who had been drugged and ended up at West Hills Hospital incoherent. Something was put in their drinks. The girls were all half naked and unable to walk or talk. They were made to sign a disclaimer at the door. I'm sharing this in hopes that you will talk to your teens and young adults. I'm sharing this in hopes to help someone. I will be reporting this to the authorities." Something worth mentioning is that when Adam Quinn, the former manager of Team 10 and Jake Paul, was interviewed by Keemstar a few days ago following the raids, he did mention that Armand Azadi would oftentimes make girls sign NDA, non-disclosure agreements, when they would come over to the house, and he would use those non-disclosure agreements to put the fear of God in these girls and tell them that, they can't go to the police, they can't report it because they signed an NDA, and that they're going to ruin Jake Paul's career if they speak out about it. And I will insert the clip from that interview with Keemstar for you guys to hear.
Yeah, I went to the hospital a day after and got a rape kit because I told my friend what had happened. And she took me to the hospital, and I was there for like 6 hours, and I got a rape kit, and they gave me like STD pills and all that stuff. And then the police came, and I filed a police report, and I have a detective like handling my entire situation. Do
you think that's why the police are looking for him right now?
I'm not sure.
I'll interject. I think that what happened was, by the way, to make this all known to everyone listening in, this incident took place in May between Chloe and Armani Azadi, and she wanted to talk about it, but Armani reached out to her and basically guilt tripped her, telling her that she signed an NDA. And I know he does this and says, you signed an NDA, you can't talk about it, otherwise anything you say can affect Jake's career. And that's how this man maneuvers and gets away, is that he guilt trips all these 18-year-old girls that they're going to ruin Jake Paul's career. So that's how he gets off the hook. There's hundreds of girls that have had this same exact story and experience.
Wait,
and
hundreds? Like actually hundreds? That's not an over...
This is not an over-exaggeration. And if I needed to put together 100 screenshots from girls telling me that, I would be happy to do it.
When I posted a little, I didn't go into detail, but I said, the manager of a, famous male YouTuber, what happened to me. And about, 10 to 15 girls messaged me, and they knew exactly who I was talking about. And they came to me and, shared their own stories of stuff that's happened to them.
Yeah.
Following the accusations of the young woman showing up at the hospital following Jake Paul's party, an anonymous representative reached out to Paper Magazine, where they went on to say that Paul had hired the party planner and promoter Armand Azadi, who previously faced robbery, kidnapping, pimping, and battery-related charges, to organize the $500,000 party last year. The party was actually thrown for rapper Life of Designer, or known more commonly as Designer. The Daily Beast reported that Azadi had pled guilty to attempted battery with substantial bodily harm. However, according to Paul's representative, Azadi had hired 38 security officers to check IDs and monitor Paul's party last weekend. He also had an ambulance on site just in case anything bad happened, and also because the party had boxing and motocross events. So, the day of the FBI raid on Jake Paul's house, Adam Quinn, Jake Paul and Team 10's former manager, put Jake Paul and Arman Azadi on full blast and basically said that he was getting reports from girls that were saying that Arman Azadi had harassed them, sexually assaulted them in some way, and there was even a rape allegation from a young girl who said that Arman Azadi basically forced himself on her. And on top of that, there's also allegations that Arman Azadi would use the Team 10 Instagram to lure young girls to the house.
But this man is coercing very, very young girls and DMing them, telling them that he's going to sign them to Team 10 if they're down to basically fuck him and have threesomes with him. And he is talking about him and Jake and making it about both of them. So I've had girls reach out to me, and Chloe reached out to me and told me about her incident. So I got on the phone with her, and she told me that she had another incident that I've had hundreds of girls tell me the same thing about their experience of how they were raped by Armani and told him they didn't want to, and he forced himself onto them. So that's how
Chloe, what happened?
People on Twitter are basically whispering that they believe that what's actually happening and what the FBI is actually investigating is a possible rape ring. But what's really strange is that the Scottsdale police put out a statement saying that it's best for them to drop the misdemeanor charges against Jake Paul and allow for the case to be handled at the federal level. And it's really important to keep in mind that the Scottsdale PD dismissed the charge without prejudice, which means that the opportunity to refile charges at a later time does remain. Now, let's look at this a little bit closer. The fact that the search warrant was also issued for Arman Azadi's Nevada residence sends off flashing red warning signals. What about this particular incident is so criminal that qualifies in severity to warrant the FBI needing to serve multiple search warrants? Now, it's possible that there is a lot much more going on here into this investigation than the mall incident. Now, keep in mind, Azadi used to claim that he was a special promotions casino host, but his real money came from pimping. That's what police said. And after befriending a woman, this is actually a story that was published back in 2013 in the Review Journal, and I'll insert the link in the description box. But after befriending a woman over the span of a few months, Azadi suggested that he could pay for her law school tuition by turning tricks. She told the police that she made around $20,000 after a Halloween weekend after becoming a prostitute. And when she tried to break away from the lifestyle, Azadi became enraged and drove her to a bank where he forced her to withdraw over $5,000. Now, old habits do die hard, and this is all alleged. This is, even though he did have charges filed against him, all of this is just speculation. It's all alleged. Jake Paul has already solidified his status of basically not caring about being in controversy. Reports from, those with personal knowledge of Armani's personality paint him to be a monster. As I just said, he has a violent temper. He's not shy to indulge in what could be identified as a criminal act. But what's really questionable here is Armani back up to old behaviors and somehow Jake Paul's on the ride. Because what's strange is that Jake Paul's unfollowed Arman Azadi, but there are actually pictures of them from July 14th, which is not that long ago. So is it that Jake Paul's trying to distance himself from Azadi now that there's maybe possible allegations that are coming out about this? Is it possible that Jake Paul and Azadi collaborated on something that's really sinister? And of course, there's so much more that's developing on this case. The real question here is, did Jake Paul know that Azadi was using the Team 10 Instagram and social media profiles in order to lure girls in? And was he comfortable with that? Did he give the okay on that? Does that make him complicit in this? Was he aware that there's a possibility that there's some sort of bigger picture that's going on here? So those are all questions that are still unanswered. And of course, this is really just smoke. There hasn't been much fire yet. So I really want to be able to update you guys on the fire whenever it comes out and give you guys more information. But in the meantime, make sure that you are are subscribed so you can keep up with all of the information as it comes out. The legal dramas just keep adding up, on top of the fact that, you know, Jake Paul is now being, you know, investigated by the FBI. He also owes $2 million in unpaid taxes. I definitely think there's something else going on here, and I do think that Jake Paul definitely could be involved in something that is bigger than any of us could expect. But that's for us to find out. The smoke is all there, just waiting to find the fire. Well, alright you guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to follow us over on Instagram at LavaDramaTV, follow us on Twitter at LavaDrama, and don't leave this video without hitting the subscribe button and the bell to be notified when we upload next. Where there's smoke, there will be fire, and you don't want to miss the next drama-filled LavaDrama video.